So there is a brand new American Express welcome bonus offer to tell you about, and it's a long-awaited return for this one, the American Express Preferred Rewards Gold credit card. Bit of a mouthful. I'll just talk about it as the Gold card from now on. I know it's a bit different to the Gold card in the States. That's what we called it for this video. It's been a while since we've had this offer, so great news if you've been waiting for it. I'll take you through exactly how many points you can get, how to get them, how to get even more on top of that, and also a few little bit extras about the card, an update over the actual full review that I did last autumn. Now, one thing to say is the offer this time is not as good as it has been in the past in terms of the points you can get, but it is an added aspect which maybe, if you're lucky, as I'll explain in a moment, could make it better for you overall. So let's have a quick jump over then to the Amex website first of all. And this is the deal. So normally you would get 20,000 Amex points for doing this offer. Okay, 20,000 points. Now it is 25,000 points. It's going directly to American Express. As I said, it's not as good as it used to be. The previous offers have generally been 30,000 points. So you're not getting as many extra points for signing up. But this is the new bit here. You also might have a chance of winning £200 in Amazon vouchers. Now, the key criteria for this, first of all, as with the majority, although not all, the majority of American Express welcome offers, you cannot have had an Amex card in your name as the account holder. You've had a supplementary card on your partner's account, that's fine, but you cannot have had a card, any Amex card in your name in the last 2 years. If you have, you will not get this welcome bonus. I have spoken previously, and I'll link to it in the corner over here, about some other cards which you can get a bonus for if you've had a bonus before. This is not one of them. In fact, I'll come back to later on how this one, actually getting this card for the first time if you're eligible, might rule you out of some of those other bonuses. But even so, this is, if you are eligible, that's great. Apply for the card, do an eligibility search first of all. And then if you're successful and you get the card, you then need to spend £3,000 in the first 3 months. If you do that, you will get all those bonus points, 25,000 bonus points added to your card. Now, you've got a while to do this. The deadline for this is the 8th of August 2023. But if you want to take part of that extra bit there, that prize draw to win some Amazon vouchers, then the deadline for that is the 18th of July for you to get the card. And you will still need to also spend the $3,000 in 3 months. So that's really, really vital. For both parts of that promotion, you need to spend $3,000 in 3 months. But for the prize draw element, you have to have applied for the card by the 18th of July rather than the final deadline of the 8th of August. Now, sounds pretty simple. Go to the Amex site, eligibility search, apply, get it, spend on it, get those points. But there are ways to boost this further. Now, you can apply for this card rather than going directly to American Express. You can go to Top Cashback. I'm sure most of you know about this right now. I have got another video looking at cashback sites that you can watch if you want. This is where you apply, and if you do that and you're successful for getting the card, you'll get a £10 bonus. Now, that's a lot smaller than the cashback rates on many of the other Amexes, but it's better than nothing, right? So an extra 10 quid you'll get, plus you'll still be eligible for all these other extra parts. But there is a way to do even better than that, and that is if you apply via a refer a friend link. Now, hopefully you know someone with an Amex. If you have, great, use theirs and they'll get a bit of a kickback at the end as well. Or I'm sure you can look online and someone would have posted one, some random. If you do that, you will get 30,000, so an extra 5,000 points going via refer a friend link versus going via direct to Amex or via that top cashback link. You cannot combine the cashback link, top cashback link with a refer a friend link. That rest of the offer is exactly the same. Spend $3,000 in 3 months, and if you want the vouchers, do it before the 18th of July 2023. But those 5,000 points, actually, I think, are going to be worth more to you than that £10 cashback. So this, I think, is the better way of doing it if you can. And if someone's got a different Amex card, doesn't matter. When they refer you, although the card you might see in the first place is, I don't know, the Platinum Cashback card or the Nectar card, there'll be a little button where you can see all the other, you see in fact the top of this screen here, view all cards with a referral offer. You press that and that will take you through to all the different cards and you'll find the gold card there. So pretty simple, right? Okay, what are those points actually worth? Let's have a look at it. I've gone over on the blog and becleveryourcash.com. I've got a whole list of all different Amex offers. I will link to it so you can click through if you want to for more information. I've kind of worked out exactly what those points are going to be worth for you so you get a sense of it. So with both those different offers, you'll get 25,000 points. We know that, right? That's the kind of standard thing. Let's look at the top one first of all. So if you apply via Top Cashback, we know you'll get the extra £10. Also, remember, you're spending $3,000 in 3 months. You're going to accumulate another 3,000 points on top of that. So really what we're looking at here is not 25,000 points, it's 28,000 points. Now, there are a number of ways you can redeem these. The easiest one probably is to switch them into a gift voucher for the likes of Amazon or M&S. There's a selection on there, not a massive selection, but a decent selection. I think hotels.com's on there as well. You swap these Amex points at a rate of 0.5p per point. So 28,000 points works out at 140 quid in these vouchers. Plus add £10 on, that's 150 quid that you've made from this offer. However, there is another way to get even more points. And this is a one-to-one switch from your Amex reward point into Avios, and then swap your Avios points into Nectar points. Now, I have got a whole video taking you through that. The valuation of Avios to Nectar has changed since that video. The principle's the same, but the valuation has changed. You will now get 0.67 pence per point if you convert your Amex points into Avios into Nectar. Now, when you do that, you swap those 28,000 points, as you can see here from the table, into Avios, then into Nectar. It's worth 187 quid, plus that £10. You're nearly at £200 for doing it this way. As I said, I think those 5,000 points by using a refer a friend link, if you can, are more valuable. That's a much, much better way for you to do it if you can. And let's just show you quickly here on the table. Same 25,000 points for getting the bonus, an extra 5,000 on top of that for going via refer a friend link. 3,000 points you're going to get for your spending $3,000 in 3 months, 33,000 points. Use that for gift vouchers, 175 quid. Use it as Nectar points, 220 quid. So again, we're only talking about a 25 quid difference between gift cards, 23 quid difference if you're doing it as Nectar points. Again, that's a little bit extra. It's well worth doing that if you can. Now, let's also talk about the competition element, because that is a new thing. We've not had that from Amex cards before. There are going to be, how many prizes are there? 3,200 prizes available, which is actually pretty hefty. So it would suggest there's a good chance that you'll win one of these prizes. No guarantee, but a good chance you will get one. They are split up as follows. There are 1,000 £50 vouchers, 400 £100 vouchers, and 1,800 £200 vouchers. So the most likely your prize you'll get is the higher prize of 200 quid, which is quite unusual. You'd think there'd be more smaller vouchers. But again, so if you are going to get this card, kind of might make sense to do this before the 18th of July. So at least you're in with a chance of that. Now, because you also have to spend the $3,000 in 3 months in order to be eligible for the draw, as well as that cutoff date, and because the deadline for all applications for the card is the 8th of August, the draw isn't going to take place probably until sort of November to early December. So you're going to be a long time before you find out about that. So obviously it's really important that if you are keen to do this, you keep that card open. You don't close it down once you've got the bonus paid to your card. In fact, there's not really a problem, because in the first year, this card is free. It's not going to cost you anything at all. So it's well worth keeping it for that full year. In year 2, it does have a fee of 160 quid, which is pretty big. And I don't think the other benefits you get from this card, again, I've detailed them in my separate review on the Amex Preferred Rewards Gold credit card. So watch that for more information. I don't think it's worth keeping the card beyond the end of the first year. But that's fine. You're going to keep it just for that year. Once that year is up, you can cancel the card. If you have any membership points left on there, though, this is really important. You either need to use them before you cancel it, or you need to get an additional card before you cancel the gold card, an additional Amex card that also collects points. That's either the Amex reward card, which is free, that's not going to cost you anything, probably the best one, or the platinum card, which you could also get, which also keep those points alive, although that one has very, very high fees. I've spoken about it in the past. It's only worth getting it for the welcome offer. In fact, it's probably worth talking about that now in terms of what getting this card now, what it might rule you out of in the future. I said earlier on, I have got a whole video about this, but certain cards you can get the bonus, another Amex bonus, even if you've had an Amex in the past. And those two cards are the British Airways Amex Plus card, Premium Plus card. And that one you can have, as long as you haven't had a BA card in the last 2 years, you can get that. So this will be fine. This won't rule you out of that. But the other one is the American Express Platinum card, which has just finished a really, really massively boosted offer, which tends to run once or twice a year. It could be worth about 800 quid profit, if not more, if you do it right, based on how the offer ran last time. That one explicitly excludes anyone who's had a membership point earning card in the last 2 years, including this gold card. So if you are thinking, I wouldn't mind stacking Amex offers in the future, over the next couple of years, then maybe this isn't the best one to go for. Even though you could be getting £200 from this one, maybe you're better off looking at, say, the Platinum Cashback credit card, which will earn you 125 quid, but you potentially could make more than that £75 further down the line. Now, I did say I want to talk about one little extra, one thing that has changed since my review last October time of the card. And this is just going back to what I said about the devaluation of the Avios to Nectar points. Okay, how much they are actually worth to you. And this was quite key, because when I did that video before, that was valuation was 0.8 pence per point. Now it's 0.67 pence. Just give you an idea of what your ongoing cashback is likely to be with the gold card. Again, I'm not going to go into a massive amount of detail on this because it's all in a separate video, including things like these bonus points that you earn based on your spend. But fundamentally, what it means is as long as you are spending at least £5,000 in the year, I'll show you here on the table, then you will be getting up to 1% cash back. And if you are spending towards a lower end, over 5k, but not quite at these kind of multiples, it could be 0.83% as low as you can get. So 0.83 to 1% is not bad for a credit card. Yes, it can be beaten by Chase's debit card. Potentially, depending on how much you spend, other cards could do better than that, or where you spend. So it's still a very, very good option for ongoing spending, as long as you're happy to convert those Amex points into Avios points and then into Nectar points. And although I did an update the other day, a proper credit card update, while we're talking about American Express, while we're still in June, just a quick reminder for those of you who do have the Amex Platinum credit card, that you've only got a few more weeks to ensure you have spent your £50 with the card at Harvey Nicks to get that £50 credit back. It will reset on the 1st of July and you can spend it again. I won't go into detail on that. I've spoken about that in separate videos when I've spoken about the Platinum card, but just a bit of a nudge, a reminder for you if that applies to you. Get more information about this deal and others over on becleveryourcash.com, and I'll link to it in the description for this video. My name's Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these videos here for more ways to get the most from American Express.